So, hi, my name is Isabella, and I am going to be talking about doing my cultural remix and talking about starting off with backstory. I grew up a little different than other kids, and I had a harder time getting to learn, kind of, and I had to work a little harder to learn a lot of the things I missed as a child because there were some days I would be 4 hours away from school living because I was always moving constantly. Could be weekly, it could be daily. You never knew where we were sleeping at night. And so doing school was hard and it was hard to keep up. And it was something that I strived to do better in as I moved to Minnesota from LA and wanted to focus on and get into a good college and get good grades. And that I wrote about in my learning narrative, and then in my cultural artifact I wrote about how clothes were a massive part of work experience for me and are a massive artifact in my life. I grew up with my mother, my brother, my sister, and my mom is someone who always said, you dress to impress, and if you are dressed better, you are more confident, more productive, more motivated, and just want to be there more. Um, in I talked about how clothes affect people so much, whether it's their personality, non-verbally, how boosting their self-esteem or their confidence. um she related to this a lot, my mom did, and it was something that she always put into her daily life. She was always in 6 foot heels, a dress, and just dressing to impress. And yeah, so I wanted to write my cultural remix about that, which I will be showing an interview with my brother actually and what he thinks about this and his own experiences himself and how he feels with clothes affecting his life, which I'm pretty sure he relates to it because. Okay, so this is my brother Rocco, and I will be using him as my interviewee for my remix. So starting off, would you say your experience relates to mine at all with fashion and your work culture, your jobs in general?
Yeah, I would say so. Most of my jobs have been kind of either food service or like yard work related. So my clothes have always gotten kind of messy. But recently, actually, one of my jobs had a spirit week where we got to kind of wear stuff different from our uniform. And there was one day where I wore a button down that I really, really liked. And it made me feel so much better. And it made the shifts go by much easier. And, like Isabella had said, our mom was one to always focus on her outfit, wearing high heels every day. So it's something that I need to implement more.
I completely agree. Would you say you enjoy working at a job with a set uniform or your own choosing what you get to wear every day?
Ooh, right now my jobs have set uniforms, but it's easy to let it get messy all the time and like stuff like that. But recently, I got a job at Starbucks, which kind of lets you wear different types of clothes, which is really nice. And like I said, has started to make me feel a little bit better. And at the same time, those types of jobs, you're wearing aprons, so the whole messiness doesn't get on your clothes like that.
I was gonna say I kind of like it when a job will have you wear what you want, like Starbucks, but then put one thing that's like visual, like you're a Starbucks worker, like the apron or like a little
Yeah.
small waitress apron or a hat or something like that. That just or even a name tag on your shirt. That's your own shirt, like just to let people know. Going on to what is something that has impacted your work experience throughout life?
Mm, hmm. I would say the constant kind of through work, the customers are kind of, bad here and there, but truly it's the people you work with for me, because even jobs where you're not dealing with a customer and there's no customer interaction, you're always still going to have people you're working hand in hand with. And the biggest thing has been, kind of realizing that work can kind of stay at work, and that means the people can too. So having those relations and what might be said just kind of go over my head and not really stick with me.
Yeah, I completely agree. What challenges have you faced in your current job with work culture?
Ooh, with challenges of work culture, I would say it's kind of the people around me seeing their work ethic or how much they're willing to do. I'd say heavily influences me.
Yeah.
If there's someone working really hard, making everything um, super perfect and kind of going the extra step, I'll tend to do the same thing. But when I see someone kind of just on their phone, not doing too much, it makes me go like, man, like, do I really have to do my stuff and theirs?
Exactly.
So that environment, kind of starting from the people right around you, um, creating that, I would say, has been the hardest.
Yeah.
But finding it is very relieving.
I feel like too it's like it's really nice when everyone in your workplace is like very all at the same like motivation and productiveness and like
Mhm.
the same level of hard working, you know what I mean?
Yeah, on the same page, right?
Yeah. What would you say is one like artifact that has affected you throughout your work experience?
Ooh, an artifact for me, I have to say, okay, from my yard working job, the deer spray that we would use to spray on flowers and the different plants so that all the animals wouldn't eat them. Um, that stuff has such a distinct smell that it is like imprinted in my head. And now, whenever I'm at a park or any garden type thing, and I smell it, it just instantly flashes me back. Um, oh yeah,
I've never
it's
smelled it. One day you have to point it out to me.
I will when we smell.
Okay. Perfect.